Namaste and welcome. Today I'd like to talk about a topic that's very close to my heart: success and failures. Honestly, I've never even really understood the idea of failure. What does it really even mean? I think typically we classify success and failure. Success as getting something that we desire, either a thing or a position or the conclusion of learning something. And failure is simply the inability to get there. But is there really such a thing as failure? See, I don't know if you've heard of Thomas Edison. I hope you have. It would mean that you have not failed in your education, you know. But I think most of us have. He is the guy that invented the light bulb, right? Almost all of us know this. Now tell me, would you consider Thomas Edison a failure or a success? If we look at his life, as he went about his life, I think most of us already know that his teachers said he was too stupid to learn anything. He was fired from his first 2 jobs for being non-productive. But that's not all, right? When he began his quest to make a light bulb, he had 1,000 unsuccessful attempts. He failed 1,000 times before he invented something that changed the course of the world almost. So tell me, is this man a success or a failure? Because for most of his life, barring just one incident, he was mostly a failure, wasn't he? I'd like you to pause for a moment and look at your own life. How many times did you fall before you learned to walk? Do you consider walking a success? Isn't that one of the first, biggest accomplishments of your life? Does it even count? And that is the value of success in our lives, really. We're happy about it for 2 days. We've seen how parents celebrate that first step of a child, right? That's success. Such a big celebration-worthy moment. And then it's just forgotten. Nobody congratulates you anymore for being able to walk. So your success is just a momentary happy feeling. And yet failure is something that we don't let go of for years, decades, right? Why the difference? I remember this moment. It happened to someone very close to me and at a very critical junction in her life, when things were looking very, very bleak. An authority figure in her life asked her if she wanted to quit the pursuit, whatever she was after. And she paused and looked him in the eye and said, "Failure is not an option." See, in my eyes, failure is only when you stop trying. That is the only possibility of failure in my eyes, because if you don't even try anymore, then there's no possibility of getting anywhere, right? I don't like the word success either, so let's just say there's no chance of you learning anything or getting where you wanted to get. But it's only when you stop trying that can happen. As long as you keep trying, you're just like Edison, making 1,000 attempts. If your parents had taken the same approach to walking as you do now to your occasional attempts at anything, then you were born a failure. Because the first time you tried to stand, you fell. Why, the second time you tried to stand, you fell. The 10th, the 20th, the 30th time you tried to stand, you fell. You failed so many times at the very start of your life. And we like labels so much, right? So if you want to stick with a label, failure applies to all of us far more than success does. So the next time you're looking at whether you failed or succeeded at something, just ask yourself, have I given up on the pursuit in the first place? Have I really failed? Or have I just fallen and it is a matter of learning? Learning better, learning stronger, learning deeper. And sometimes it's just a matter of developing muscle memory, right? It's the same thing with driving. Being a child and learning to walk is probably a memory most of us don't have, but most of us did learn to drive, and didn't we fail? Possibly for weeks. Some are really fast, but some of us have failed for a long time before we could finally get to that comfort zone. So sometimes success is just a matter of muscle memory. And muscle memory doesn't, it's not just about something physical. It does apply to metaphorical, philosophical, and deeper shifts in consciousness. Everything is just a matter of trying. This does bring me to something that also bothers me, when I tell people to stay, learn to be calm in situations, to learn to live in surrender, to learn to be present. You have no idea how many times I hear, it's easy for you. Well, why is it easy for me? It's not. It's just that when you consider failures not be an option, you keep trying. So you see me after 10 years of putting in an effort, and you say, oh, it's so easy for her. And you don't know that I'm watching so many of the people that I work with getting to that point in half the time, right? Because obviously every cycle, every student learns better than the teacher, because the teacher has been probably trying on their own, experimenting. You'll get there faster. You'll get there more easily. You have the guidance that you need. Failure only happens when you stop trying, or if you don't even ever try. So yes, all of those things, remaining calm under pressure, remaining at peace in stress, learning to live in alignment, learning to live in surrender and acceptance of every unpleasant thing that life throws at us, all of these things, they are possible to get to, and it's not that hard. You can only fail if you don't even try. Question is, how hard and how badly do you want to get there? That is the only question you need to be asking yourself. That's all I have to say for today. I just hope some of it resonated with you. I'll see you again. Have a good day.